natural remedies and ways to connect with you. Trees, the air, the sun, the wind, the plants, for our bodies, for our physical beings, our lives. I have so much gratitude for all that is. Thank you for this moment where I get to sit in silence and sip on my cacao and reflect. May this cup of cacao fill my heart to make the right decisions, to not rush without pressure, without the sense of competition, without the sense of need or lack, to release all need and lack, all desperation, to live in a state of flow. Thank you. Amen. Right now we taste my mixture. My cup says Grandpa. I'm at my mom's house currently. I'm living here. That is probably one of the best cacaos I've made by far. It's usually a little bitter, but this time I made it with almond milk. I usually make it water, and I put a lot more cinnamon in it, so I feel like it tastes subtle, and it's really good. Yeah, I'm living at my mom's house temporarily. So I have this cup here, Grandpa, because it's her husband, my stepdad, giver of unconditional love like a dad, but with less rules, a source of infinite wisdom. So this cup is very fitting. I like to take my time. I like to set my intention, do a prayer, sit, stare out the window, look at the tree, write in my journal whatever comes to mind, and slow down a little bit. Slow down the chatter in my head. Listen to the birds chirping. Watch the leaves fall. The leaves are starting to fall off the trees. It's becoming fall. We're transitioning from summer to fall. Things like that I wouldn't even pay attention to. So caught up with, what's going to happen next? What do I need to do next? Where am I going? What do I have to do? The list goes on and on, especially now being a new entrepreneur and trying to navigate everything as best as I can, with this hidden fear of, is everything going to be okay? Am I going to have, am I doing enough? Do I have to do more? Whatever the thing may be, I have to remember that these last couple months I've been traveling, and I'm sorry if I don't look at the camera. I'm just not used to talking to the camera, but I'm getting there. Just thinking about what do I have to do next and making sure that I get things done on time. I do have a long list of things to do. There's products that I got from Greece. I was supposed to post them on my website. Still haven't done that. I had 2 births and a death happen in the family as soon as I got back. And then my daughter, I get her every other week, so when she's here, it's kind of a jumble of what I can do and what I can't do. An event as well, which was amazing. My friend's first art exhibit, Avita Nicole, and she's amazing. Go follow her. She has beautiful art, and we had an exhibit, and I was able to do tarot card readings for everyone, well, not everyone there, but whoever lined up. And it was like back to back to back to back to back. I was exhausted these last 2 days. I just took time to just rest. So this is part of my rest and relaxation, because I really have to rejuvenate after doing so many readings. It really does take a lot out of you. But it was a lot of fun. I loved it. I figured out, that's my passion. Even though my throat was dry and, there were people that wanted a reading, I just felt like I could have kept on going because spirit was flowing through me and I was loving it. So that was a great magical experience. I really hope that she does it again because I would love to be in that space again. Entrepreneur, we have to take these moments to sit and reflect and slow down. And even when I was in the corporate world, I would notice that I would wake up, jump up from the bed, literally give myself enough time to get ready, get out the door, and get to work. Sometimes I would grab something on the way to work and sit at my desk, eat at my desk, and just start working. And then by the middle of the day, I would feel like that's when I would finally wake up, because I was kind of in this limbo, like mind-numbing routine. And then I would wake up and then I would get home, pick up my daughter from school, make dinner, put her to bed, and then I would start my side thing, which was, painting, working on my website, ordering products, boxes, labels, whatever I needed to do. Just getting as much done as I could to then go to sleep, wake up, and do the same thing over again. So I never really gave myself time unless it was on a weekend or when COVID hit. That's when I started. I knew that before COVID hit, I knew that I needed that, and I would do it on the weekend, or I would use substances to help me relax because my mind was always running. I was used to this flight or flight tendency, and I was always in this like high pace state of mind. Even when things were slow, I still was thinking about what do I need to do next. Like I can't just sit here. I need to do something. Anybody who's lived with me or knows me knows that I'm always doing something. And it kind of affected my relationships around me. It affected my sense of self. It affected my well-being. I felt like even people at work could tell that I was not being % there. I wasn't really present. And I fought it. I really tried so hard. I was the Ole president, the Hispanic organization president. I tried to attend events. I tried to have mentors. I tried to get do everything I could in order to push against what it was I was feeling inside, because I thought I was wrong for feeling this way. Like, why do I need rest? Nobody else needs rest. Why do I need to slow down? Nobody else is slowing down. Everybody else is doing their thing. I need to hurry up. I'm not going fast enough. I'm not doing enough. It just got to a point where I was literally breaking down all the time. I was crying in my car. I had, at one point, I used to have an hour and a half ride to home, and I would cry the entire way. I have videos of me breaking down and just pouring out about what it is I'm feeling, and I wasn't happy. And I tried to find jobs in other places, but it wasn't my job. My job was great. If anything, my job was smooth. I made it difficult. I made it more than what it had to be. I just felt like I wanted something else. I didn't feel satisfied. I wasn't satisfied. And I was trying to do both at the same time. And it was exhausting. Actually, 3. Being a mom, being an entrepreneur, and working at a corporate job. And trying to take care of myself. And trying to have a boyfriend. Which, the boyfriend thing, that's a whole other video. So now I've learned I'm in holistic nutrition at IIN. And I started that before I quit my job. The intention for starting that was during COVID. My intention was to be able to learn more so that when I sold my products, which my products are natural, I thought people more of a comfort to buy from someone who has a certificate in integrative nutrition and health. So I started going to school for that. And while I was in school for that, I realized that I could coach people and I could make money doing that. So I don't have to work this job. And then I started calculating, well, how many people do I have to coach and how many products do I have to sell? And I started learning tarot and I started learning Reiki. And little by little, I started realizing, I'm like, I can work for myself. I don't have to have this comfort. I have this comfort. I've had it for 11 years and I've saved money. I bought a house. I sold a house. I bought another house. I'm renovating it now. I had a 401k. I had a pension. I had money saved up. And that was the purpose of this job. That was the purpose, was to build that foundation. But I stuck in it for way too long, to the point where it was sucking me dry. I was literally giving it everything I had. It was my life. And I felt like I wasn't doing what I should be doing for the betterment of the planet, of the earth, that I could be giving so much more, that I could be doing so much more, healing people, seeing people around me suffering, depression, anxiety, diabetes, cancer, you name it, the earth, the pollution, the factories releasing toxins and trash and everything. Just, I wanted to help. I wanted to be in nature. I wanted to be out. I wanted to connect. I wanted to slow down. I felt like earth. I felt like I literally became earth. And I saw how my life was a reflection of how we were, I'm getting deep, but my life was a reflection of how we were sucking earth dry of her resources. And I felt like I was doing this to myself. We are earth beings. We are human beings. We are of this earth. Everything is weaved in, interconnected. If this is how we're living our lives, we're buying products from the store because we don't have the time to make it at home. We don't have the time to cook natural foods for our families. We don't have time to weave clothes for our families. We don't have time to think about what can we recycle, what can we reuse. We're just throwing it away and buying the new thing. And same with natural products. We don't want to spend more money on natural products. We don't want to spend the money on natural soap, natural lotion, because the other thing's cheaper and then we can buy more stuff. So it's just like a never-ending cycle that we're causing in order to sustain this lifestyle that we've created for ourselves. And although it is comfortable, it's lazy. It's lazy. And we're exhausted, but we're also being lazy. Doesn't make sense, but it's the truth. So I took a moment. All this started making sense to me. And I looked at everyone around me at my job and I was like, who do I look up to here? Who do I want to be like? Who here is the epitome of what I want to be? And I realized that being in a industrial place, working in a corporate office, in a gray box, everyone there was constantly complaining. Everyone who's been there for a long time, especially, was miserable. deep down inside. They were not feeling like they were fulfilling their needs. And there were a few people that did love it there, that did love their job, that felt like they were making a difference, that felt like they were living according to their purpose and doing the right thing. And you know, I condone those people, and I had conversations with them, and I told them, I was like, I want to do this. I want to do something that's helping the planet. I want to be part of the, you know, solar. I want to be part of clean energy. I want to be part of something like that. I put in applications, I had conversations. Didn't work out for me. I don't know. I was trying. I went to a bunch of different interviews in the office, out the office. I got my degree in finance, and I went to the finance department, and they said they only hire external. I looked externally. They wanted more experience. I had to cut my salary by half and do more work. And by this time, I was already in my 30s. I'm 31. I was like 29, about to go into my 30s. And I was like, why do I have to start all over? I would rather start all over doing something I love. I don't even love it here. And it just seems like dead end after dead end. I'm getting emotional thinking about it. But it became very frustrating. Especially now that I had a daughter and bills and responsibilities, and it just became like this trap that I created for myself. And the more I thought about it, the more intense it became. It became harder and harder to even go to work, to do my work, because I just kept thinking about how I could be doing something else. And I started learning about IIN. I started learning about Reiki. I started learning about integrative nutrition and health, and tarot and herbs. I'm learning about herbs now, and creating my website with my natural products, and like thinking about the betterment of the whole. And I felt like I was doing the opposite of that by not fulfilling my purpose, or not taking care of myself as a whole. Not eating well. I was not eating well. My stomach was hurting. I was constipated. I literally didn't go to the bathroom for 2 weeks at a time, you know, to extricate. For 2 weeks at a time. My stomach was always bubbly. I had these, like, if anyone knew me, if anyone, whoever, you know, was around, my family, my boyfriends, they all knew if I were to release one, it was like a sewage plant. My stomach was not healthy, and I knew it. And that's another reason why I went to IIN, because I did not want this to become a problem down the line. And my family has diabetes. My family has a history of cancer, breast cancer, you know, all those things. And I was paying attention to the food I ate, but at the same time, I wasn't listening to my body, because we can eat healthy, but we can also not eat the things that are right for us, because everybody's different. I didn't realize I was lactose intolerant. I was eating all the cheese in the world. Cheese is my favorite. It's really hard to not eat cheese, but now I'm starting not to. I'm realizing. Eggs. I realize eggs have an adverse reaction to my body. I had to add more greens into my diet because it helps me flow better. I had to add more vegetables because of the fiber. I had to cut out meat a little bit. I'm working on how much meat I can eat, but you know, it's all a process. It's a learning process, listening to our bodies. I was so focused on what I have to do next and just putting anything in my mouth to give me energy. I wasn't paying attention to my reaction to it. I'm just gonna take another sip. I wasn't expecting to make this video. but I felt called to just start talking, and it's just flowing out of me. So here we are. My intention is to bring awareness to the choices that we make. It's okay to be at a corporate job. I'm not bashing it. I'm not. But my intention here is not to bash corporate, not to bash people who eat unhealthy, not to bash people who live in this fast pace. If that works for you, that works for you. It did not work for me. I tried. It did not work for me. The earth is suffering. People are suffering. There is a depression epidemic now in 2021. People don't want to work anymore in the way they were before. Jobs are becoming more extenuating, asking more of us. Things are becoming flipped. I just want to help with all of that. I want to help with people transitioning into entrepreneurship by sharing my story, sharing my hardships, also helping people heal through eating better, learning how to listen to their bodies, because that's what I'm in the process of doing now. I want to give people assistance through tarot, higher perspectives, higher insights, also rituals, like my cacao ritual, my journaling ritual, and things I use to navigate, and also life experience. I've been through a lot of shit. I've been through a lot of hard stuff. I've had, especially with relationships, I've had a lot of difficult relationships. I've gotten hit. I've gotten cheated on 5 times by one person that I loved. I thought I loved. I ran away to Minnesota for 6 months because of it. Came back, started all over, like if I never left. Moved out at 18, lived on my own ever since, and got engaged at 20. Unengaged at 21, engaged again at 26, 27. I had 2 engagements, 2 failed engagements, another one almost engaged. Had a baby with someone that I only knew for a year and a half, but not a mistake. I love my baby. She was a blessing. I was actually hoping to get pregnant at that time, but the person that I got pregnant with, it just didn't work out. And that's what I saw as an adult in my relationships. And I'm healing that. I'm healing that. I'm healing that. I'm healing my stomach. I'm healing my sense of corporate comfort. I'm healing my time wasted in college, which college is not a waste of time for everyone, but I use it, but not in the sense that I thought I would. I didn't listen to my intuition. I'm healing that too. Not listening to my inner child. Not listening to myself. Just getting through day by day and trying to make it work. And I'm here to be a advocate for anyone who's in the same boat, who's trying to make a change. You know, 2020 was a year of realizations. 2021 is the year of change. I quit my job back in March 2021. January and February were hard. I was like, I was at wit's end. I was like, that's it. Like, I can't do this anymore. Every day was a struggle until finally I vocalized. My friends about it who are entrepreneurs. They're my friends are artists. The one that I went to her art exhibit, and she told me to just quit. She was like, you're never gonna do it if you don't do it right now. And I was like, all right. And she told me her story, and I reflected on that and I was like, you know what? Like, I'm actually in a better position than she was. I have money saved up. I have my 401k. I have my pension. I have my savings. I have the house that I'm going to sell. You know, I have all these things. The thing is the fear of the unknown. And it's funny because my daughter was a huge Frozen fan at the time. Into the end. So I was listening to that song every single day. And that's how I felt. I was walking into the unknown. I was walking into the unknown. And that was my fear. And listening to that song 30 times a day, it was breaking me. It was literally breaking me. Until one day I told my boyfriend at the time, I was like, look, I think I'm going to quit my job. I'm going into the unknown. I'm ready. And he was cool with it. Of course, I had to make it work. And that's the pressure of being an entrepreneur. You know, that's the unknown. Is this gonna work? Am I gonna end up poor in the streets? And luckily now I realized I do have more support than I thought I did. I was so fixed on doing everything myself that I didn't think of my mom ever giving me a place to stay, because I didn't live with her since I was 18, and living with her felt like a step back. Sometimes you gotta take those step backs in order to get to where you want to be. So, you know, living here is actually really nice because we now, as an adult, I get to help her. I see her going through what I went through with the constant one thing after the other, and I can at least assist by keeping the house clean. Having my baby here gives her, you know, brings light to her day. It makes her feel, you know, young and joyful and playful, and new fresh food, and just doing those little things really make a difference, and you don't realize it. But now that I'm here, I'm like, I do feel like I'm helping. And my mom has her own issues of those steps back, and in order to move forward and go into that unknown space. Let's take another sip. It is a full moon in Aquarius, and my Venus is in Aquarius, so I'm really feeling it. Also, my North Node is in Aquarius. Extra. That's probably why I'm making this video, letting you know my story. Those things set into motion. I told my boyfriend, and then once I told him, it started becoming real. I was like, okay, I'm doing this. Then I told my two peers that did the same work I did. That made it even more real. And I told them not to tell anybody until I was ready. Then I told my manager. And then I told her boss. Then I talked to the other boss. And then I started telling my friends. And it just became more and more real. And the more and more I talked about it, I started having dreams about me falling off of a cliff, being held up by clouds. I started getting like these surges of vibration going through me as I'm talking about it, and I knew intuitively I was doing the right thing. This sense of weight lifting off, my wings were spreading. By the way, I have a tattoo of wings on my back, which have nothing to do with that, but I got them when I was 18. It's that sense of freedom. Which is what they represent, freedom. I love the sense of freedom. Again, Aquarius. And it started becoming more and more real, and more exciting. And then when I was talking to the people about my pension and everything, and how much money I was gonna get, and calculating everything, it was like, I can do this. I'm doing this. I'm going to do this. This is it. Like, I'm gonna be living according to spirit. I'm gonna allow my intuition to guide me from now on. the day after I quit, my girlfriend Avita, the entrepreneur, and her sister Melissa had a Divine Feminine circle, which felt like my baptism into this world of spirit, entrepreneur, just allowing, attracting, and going with the flow. Boom. Then in June, I went to Colombia. I had my first ayahuasca experience. That was a confirmation that I was on the right track. Then I went to Greece. I started getting downloads about health and wellness and longevity and taking care of yourself, and how people live to be over 100 without any medical assistance, and why they live, why do they live that way, and why here in the States it's like you're 30 and you feel like you're 80. Like, I'll have to make a video about that as well. And now I'm here, I'm back. I'm, all of these things happen real quick. When I came back, one of a family friend's baby was born. My little cousin, who's 21, passed away, murdered. That was tragic and took up like a whole week of processing, and I made this painting for her. Her quote was, blood of a dragon and wings of or charm of a fairy. She's so cute. I was working on that, and then my brother's baby was born, and they wanted me to be there for the birth, so I had to go to the hospital. I stayed with them for like 3 days. I helped her through the birth. I saw the baby come out into the world. It was so beautiful. And I've been knitting a blanket for her. Colombia, I learned how to knit, and not knit, I learned how to crochet. And they taught us a little bit of crocheting, so now I'm making a little blanket. I'm making a little blanket for my baby niece. So that happened, and then now I finally feel like I can focus on what's next. And it's the 24th of August. So I've been here for 24 days, and all those things happen. So now I'm finally getting to catch up. I can post the things that I bought from Greece that were intended to be sold on my website. The herbs, the purses. I got like handmade purses that are really, really pretty. Jewelry with the eye and the earrings with the necklace, and it's so cute. It's real gold. It's really, really pretty too. Yeah, a lot of things have been happening, one after the other, but it's finally starting to become back to a regular pace, and now I can start sharing my story, sharing what I'm doing. So from March to now, it's been a process. January to now, because that's when the breakdown happened. But yeah, if any of you are going through this process of feeling rushed through your day, I hope that you can find a moment, find a way to sit with yourself and journal, and maybe drink some cacao, maybe drink some tea. Chamomile tea is great for relaxation. Lavender is great for helping you sleep better or helping you relax. Sage tea, no one really talks about it. I don't know why, but it's wonderful for your immune system, cleansing you out from the inside. Put some lemon and honey in there. It tastes really good. I personally love herbal, earthy taste, so I don't know. You have to try it and see if you like it. I sell sage tea on my website, with-draw.com. I sell chamomile. I sell lavender. Lavender tea is a little floral, so you don't want to overdo it. I would mix it with something else like sage or chamomile, or just use the scent of lavender. So like crush up the little, I have lavender here, so you use the little pieces, the little buds, and just squeeze them and let them drop like that, and the smell will get extracted from the little buds. And just put that next to your pillow, or put that in a little pouch under your pillow at night, or just spread it in certain places. Put it in a little bowl, like potpourri or something like that. The smell of lavender is aromatherapy and helps you relax. It sends a signal to your brain to that you're safe and you can go to sleep and rest. So yeah, this is the type of stuff that I'm learning, this type of stuff that I'll be sharing, and I hope you like this video. Please like, subscribe, and thank you for watching.